Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm glad to again be joined by my friend Michael Vincent. We partner together on fuel reduction, emissions reduction, plastics waste reduction. The common theme is helping companies and people make more money. I think it helps.
And positively impact the environment. Don't forget that. That's part of it, my friend.
It is, absolutely. That's why we do this Sustainiacs shows together. Help the environment, help your bottom line, help be more competitive on your bids. It all ties together. A lot of people think you have to spend more money to be greener, but that's just not the case. So today I'm going to cover a study with you, Mike. Talk through a recent one in Colorado, and I'm actually going to share my screen on this one. And this first one, I'm going to bop through a few of them, but we did a study with a Colorado fleet, 3 engines, and we achieved a 19.8% fuel reduction and 21.95% less DEF in this 3-engine pilot. So very impactful.
So it's all right. So how do you determine this? You got how are you collecting this data?
Okay. So basically what we do is we do untreated fuel for 15 days. And we collect fuel and odometer and how much DEF was added to that truck. They keep a log of that information. So 15 days, no treatment, baseline. Give me a baseline. Then we actually add the Dynamo Cyber Fuels treatment to the fuel. And we measure what is it now with fuel treatment. And in this case, we did 15 days of baseline and 45 days of treated fuel. So it was 1 regional truck, 2 local trucks, and we measured. I mean, it's just data, right? Before it was this, after it was this, what was the increase in miles per gallon?
So wait a minute. What was the mix of trucks? You said 1 was long haul and 2 were local. Is that what you said?
1 regional, top one is regional.
Okay.
And then 2 local.
Okay, so because I was going to ask why the difference in the numbers. The 1% difference is significant, actually. I mean, you know what I mean? It's because it's 100 basis points, but it's actually it's 2% of everything, right? So that's or 5%. So that's really interesting. And then the DEF would be is representative of the 2 different types of use of the vehicles too, right?
Right, absolutely.
So I mean, what I'm getting at is the numbers vary because of stop and go or long haul and that type of stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah, local has much more stopping, idling, all of that. Tends to increase the amount of emissions coming off the engine. So that's why you'll see the differences. And what we did there is just averaged, right? Of the 3 trucks, what was the fuel reduction average and what was the DEF reduction average? So that's based on data, not me saying this is a great product, I love it. It's based on real data.
Yeah, so people got to look at this, and when they look at these different numbers here, Andy, they've got to kind of it's similar engines. There's more than 2 or 3 Cascadias running around out there, right? I've seen. I think I counted 4 over there's a ton of them out there, right? So you can look at this or Volvos, whatever, and kind of take these numbers and then do like a weighted average to see what you would expect maybe yours would be, right? If you just look at these numbers, right?
Absolutely. And we've done many of these pilots and lab studies, but I'll bop through another one. A fleet in Illinois. Freightliner DD15s, all 2020s. Again, same thing, 15 days baseline, 45 days driving. Let's see what happened. And the average across those 3 is 20.84 mile per gallon increase.
Wow. This is really interesting stuff. And the other one was in what state?
The other one was Colorado.
Do you have enough are you starting to see kind of a trend for elevation and topography and that type of stuff? Are you starting to see that type of stuff? I imagine you will eventually, right? As you gain a database.
Yeah, one of the things I'm working on, Michael, as you know, is actually tying into the engine data for
Yeah.
engine load and fuel economy. So
Okay.
engine
Yeah.
load,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so that gives you much, much more detailed data. Like you said, going through the mountains of Colorado, obviously you're going to have higher engine load on the climbs.
But
Right.
yeah, so slope it has everything to do with it as well. But and that brings up a good point, Andy. I mean, is you're not pulling some parlor trick where the baseline is pulling 50,000 or 60,000 pound overloads, and then the 45 days is just bobtailing around, right? You're not
That's
pulling any of that
correct.
kind of stuff.
No,
Okay.
we make sure we select repeating routes, right? These are consistent routes week by week so that we can get a good baseline and a good new.
So
And
you're comparing same, right? Engine load, route, topography, that type of stuff in the study. Gotcha.
that's right.
Perfect.
That's right. Absolutely. And we have
Yeah.
another one where in Florida, 11 engines. And this was a 30.39% fuel economy improvement.
Wow. Now, is there any reason for that? I mean, is it the Caterpillars and Cummins and Peters that are just need exceptional take this fuel exceptionally well, or was there something different to
In
that?
this case, the big thing was the age of the engine. So
Oh,
this
okay.
product cleans carbon out of the engine.
Yeah.
It lubricates the engine. It's got a fuel catalyst, so it improves the fuel burn. But
Uh-huh.
the more hours you actually run a truck, right? The more hours, then the more carbon buildup you have, and the miles per gallon starts to drag down. And
Dude,
so
you're getting a whole day's driving extra miles out of a tank of gas,
right,
or not gas, but diesel.
diesel, right,
Yeah,
diesel,
in some of these cases,
right,
right?
right. So then you have
612 extra miles is pretty sweet.
it is. So let's talk money.
Okay, yeah, because I'm seeing a lot of money here. I'm like, what? Wait a minute, that's not cheap to run a truck 612 miles.
Right, right, exactly. What it comes down to in terms of savings, we're saving companies net 10 to 20% on their fuel spend. 10 to
Okay.
20% of the budget for your fuel can
Can you
be,
throw this in my Tacoma for me? Can I do that?
you can absolutely. We have
What? I mean, seriously, I can actually use this in like a gas powered Tacoma.
absolutely. We have gasoline, diesel, and maritime fuel.
Okay, so so before you get into the numbers, because that's the 104 mile an hour heater, right? This doesn't like hurt my manufacturer's warranty or anything like that on my engine, does it?
No, it does not. We've had
Okay.
over 60 million gallons of fuel treated. We carry a $4 million liability policy. However,
Okay.
we've not had one claim. And the reason
Okay.
is it's actually helping the engine. It
Yeah,
really,
yeah. Okay, gotcha. But I mean, it's a question, my friend.
oh yeah,
There's questions. Okay.
no doubt. We get that question a lot, and it's a valid and good point, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's great. It burns cleaner, but what is that going to do to my engine? Well,
Yeah.
burning cleaner and being more lubricated and having less carbon helps your engine.
You would think. You would
Right.
think. You would think. All right. Throw them the heater, Ricky. Tell me the money.
So I've got an example, 100 trucks running an average of 2,900 miles per week at a 6.5 miles per gallon. That kind of a scenario with the current cost of diesel at about 3.95.
Okay.
We average 20% fuel reduction, as I just walked through. We're saving in this scenario 54 cents per gallon of fuel. So after the cost of the automated dosing and the dynamo solution, this scenario would save a company 1.009 million per year net savings. Net.
Okay. All right. So that is freakishly amazing. Yeah, I'm in. Give me 3.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
you mentioned 2 different things that, I mean, because we're talking about cyber fuels and we're talking about the fuel additive, right? I mean, that's what it is, right? So then you said auto dosing and you said dynamo. Explain in order.
Sure. So we have automated dosing systems that ride on a big rig.
Yeah.
And it basically doses the fuel automatically with the additive. So it knows how much fuel was added to the truck. It opens a valve and treats the fuel automatically. And so the driver doesn't have to do anything. So there's
Gotcha.
a dynamo additive that rides in an additive tank. There's a control on a computer. It knows how much fuel was added and it goes, here you go. Now we also have automated dosing systems for very large 100,000 gallon tanks. We have various scenarios for different operations, right? If you have a tank farm, we can do that. If you fuel on the road, we can handle that. If you have mobile fueling, you have a fuel truck that comes.
I was just going to ask you about mobile fueling. So that works there as well.
We do. We have a system. They just plug in a number of how many gallons they're dropping and boom, it goes in and their fuel is treated. So
it's not treating the fuel on the truck as it goes through combustion. It's treating it as it's added to the tank.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yep. Exactly right. And so
you're not putting anything funky and tinkering with the engine and all that other kind of crap. It's basically a hose that's going, oh, you put in 10 gallons. Here's your ounce of this or whatever. Right.
That's right.
Gotcha.
And people ask about the timing of the engine. What it's doing is it doesn't affect the timing. These modern engines, tier 2 and above, if the fuel quality is better, it knows and it just operates like it's supposed to. And so what happens is it's just burning that fuel more completely. And so it doesn't mess with the timing. In fact, what we hear is the drivers say, my truck is much more responsive. You can feel it. I mean, it just is. It's more responsive because you're getting a better burn of that fuel plus the engine.
Well, you're increasing the energy density in effect, and therefore it should operate better. I had no idea that an engine could adjust its timing depending on the fuel. I had no idea.
Yep.
That it could do that. Wow. No wonder there's so many little sensors and stuff around there. I used to be able to work on an engine when it was a carburetor, distributor cap, and a couple of pistons. You know what I'm saying? But now, forget it. I have no idea what I'm doing.
And here's the crazy thing. So you and I know there are fleets that run 5,000 miles per truck per week with a team. So in those kind of scenarios, you're talking 1.8 million net.
Yeah, so, no, the numbers get big. And I mean, you got fleets that have a few more than 100 engines as well. So,
yes.
Okay. So give me, put in there. I got a truck. I'm an owner operator. I got 2 trucks and I'm running about 2,000 miles a week. Okay. What am I getting?
2 trucks running how many miles?
Yeah, it's called a couple, like I'm doing pretty decent. So I run about 2,900 a week, something like that.
So each truck would save about 10,000 net on a 2 truck scenario and save that person about 20,000 a year.
It's not bad for an OO, eh?
No, it's not. I know
I could use $20,000.
Exactly. Who could?
I mean, because it's not costly. It's not like, hey, for 20 grand, you can have a positive impact on the environment. No. It's saying you're gonna make $20,000 more. You can keep $20,000 more in your pocket and have a positive impact on the environment and have this information here that you can then show, hey, I'm green. Pick me in the bid.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Use it in your bids.
Yeah.
Use it to be more competitive on your bids.
Yeah.
If you're saving 10 to 20% on your fuel costs, think about the impact on your bids.
No doubt.
Right.
No doubt. And that's with the automated dosing system in there.
That's right.
So yeah, that's crazy. That's tremendous. And the automated dosing system, I imagine, is really, really good for like larger fleets as well, because then you don't have to keep track of things, right? It's just when it comes in, as you told me before, I believe, like when it comes in, then you fill that up. Like it's big enough to last. And the dosing is good enough to last for like your regularly scheduled PMs at a shop or something would be where you would fill that up or top that off, right?
Right. Yep. The dosing system treats 25 to 30,000 miles of driving.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not dependent on a driver remembering to go, oh crap, I forgot to put that in there when I filled last time. It doesn't, that takes away that type of scenario.
That's right.
Right. Got it.
They just
Wow.
get in and drive, and the feedback that we're getting, of course, from the field is the drivers say, "Wow, I like it because my engine's more responsive." So, who doesn't want that? Especially the scenario. I went to Colorado not too long ago for a phase 2 rollout and plan and so forth, and those mountains in Colorado are for real. They really are there. Those
Yeah.
you may have seen them. And like, so a lot of times in the winter, they use cold flow improver. They might use a cetane booster. The thing with this is we've got 6 different benefits pulled into one additive, and that is the tough part.
Yeah.
Right. And so
That's the secret
cold flow
sauce.
improvement. Yeah, that's the secret sauce. It has cold flow improver, corrosion inhibitor, ignition improvement, remove carbon, lubricate the engine, cetane boost.
Wow.
We did another study. We could talk about it at another time, but with actually measuring the power output for a diesel number 2. So diesel is measured on cetane number. So
Yeah.
it took it up over 20%. So you
Gotcha.
basically created a super diesel.
I got you. So
Yeah.
how does it, what, why would anybody say no to this? Do you have an answer for that, or?
You know, the biggest challenge is people don't believe it. People cannot believe
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
They've tried things that where they measured and maybe got 2%, 4%. They've never seen a 15, 20, 30%, right?
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, it's not me saying it, it's data. And we get these results time and time and time again. But that's the biggest challenge, Michael, is people say, no, there's no way. There's just no way. And so what we're offering, we do it right now, a 3-truck pilot for $3,000.
Okay.
That includes our support, that includes product, that includes everything. So it's a very inexpensive way to just test it out on your own equipment.
Yeah. No, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's amazing. That is amazing. Has anybody ever come back and said, "Hey, this is actually better than the test was"?
Yeah, well,
I bet they have, huh?
absolutely. The Colorado group said, we've tried some things. If you help me get more than 10%, we're going forward. And I said,
Yeah.
okay, all right, there's my challenge then.
Sweet.
It made sense money wise, right? 10% or
Yeah.
better makes sense money wise. Well, that fleet, as we showed, got 19.8% MPG improvement. So I went to Denver, we talked, we got the phase 2 underway, and we're rolling, right?
That is great.
Yeah, it's happening, right? It is happening.
Well, I mean, it's really great for 2 things. Is because my friend is being successful, and it's even better on the other 2 fronts as well, because not only is it a positive impact on the environment, it's freeing up money that could be used somewhere else, right? I mean, and that's the name of the game, and the success of our society is untying capital that's tied up for no reason.
Right.
I mean, it's, blockchain initiatives and stuff like that, to have self-executing contracts and that type of stuff. The goal is to free up capital. And this actually does that as well. You got $1 million sitting here in front of me that is now not being wasted on fuel, and it doesn't have to be.
Right.
Put that in your pocket, put that into route optimization, put that into whatever. Hey, send it to St. Jude's, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these are the type of things that are just tremendous on so many different levels. It's amazing.
Absolutely. Use it for profit sharing, use it for nonprofit giving, use it to buy more equipment, use it to roll out technology, whatever the things are that you really want to do, but you're capital constrained. Every 100 engines basically saves $1 million plus, in that range. So yeah, it frees up a lot of budget.
Yeah, absolutely. It does. It's tremendous stuff, my friend. What's next on your horizon?
More of the same.
and we need it. I love it.
So everybody be sure and click on Michael's special Sustainiacs page, and we will get you underway, right? Why not?
If you don't, I will hunt you down and gut you like a fish.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, nobody needs that. Nobody wants to see that.
We can help, and that's the exciting thing. It really is an exciting time. I'm super, super excited. I love helping companies save money and make more money. I just love that. And
Amen.
it does both. So I love that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you walk away hoping they're going to use that money for something really good, and they can. And there's so many people out there that would, but can't, and now they can. And
Right.
and the other thing is this, in these times and in all times, as and most of the people out there, if they don't, then I'll educate you. Most 95, 97, whatever percent of the fleets out there are like the 5 truck guys, the 2 truck women running it. I mean, that's what it is. And this frees up a ton of capital because they are, as far as number of fleets, I mean, they're the backbone of the industry, right? You see them everywhere. For every Swift night you see running down the road, you see 10 mom and pops, right? Flying down the road. I mean, and they're in this, yeah, and they don't have those.
There was
Andy, they don't have those cost cost plus rack plus or minus 1 or 2% fuel deals, right? They don't have those.
That's right.
This gives them an advantage there, and so on. And even with the fuel fleets that have that, it doesn't matter. It's agnostic to what you're paying on the price. It's going to reduce your usage by 20% up to, right?
Yep, averaging 20%. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Last time I heard there was 200,000 trucking fleets in America. So there's a
Okay.
lot of 1 to 5 truck fleets out there.
Yeah. There's a number of them. There certainly are. And every one of them can use an extra 20 grand in their pocket these days. I guarantee it.
No doubt about it. No doubt. Absolutely. Well, Michael, thanks again for coming on and talking through this. And we're excited to be working with you on helping companies make more money. It's really, and helping the environment, of course, as well. At the same time, it's really fun.
Right on. Proud to be a part of it, Andy. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for our show today. Thanks for watching or listening, everybody, and we will see you again soon. Take care.
Right on. Peace and love.